We have a short announcement by Father Pedro Walpole on matters pertaining to ecology. Over to you, Father.
Good afternoon, Your Eminences, people of God. I ask your endurance for 5 minutes. I would like to talk about what is called the River Above, an ecclesial network of Asia and Oceania. We are talking today of peace and dialogue. We need in today's world the reconciliation of peoples, oceans, and land. Coming from the Synod of the Amazon, the value of ecclesial networks was highlighted, especially in engaging the Indigenous and their relation with all life. Cardinal Oswald, at that point, of reflecting on the Synod of the Amazon, said, I see that what's happening is really a worldwide phenomenon of disgracing Indigenous peoples. The most intense cry, the consistent cry, has been the violence against Indigenous peoples, the killing of these peoples, their leaders, and the violence against their culture. They need to be protected against that at all costs. And the greatest killing in this context at this stage is really the economic drive, where they are certainly excluded. Looking at local territories, because this is how it was talked of, and the larger biome. Biome is a strange word, I won't explain it, but it's really how people, land, oceans, and the climate come together. So it is very much an integral ecology. And the focus in Asia, Oceania is looking for that basis for reconciliation. A number of us met and continue to meet over the year in response to the request, and in 2019 we started an ecclesial network. It's a very simple network of a steering committee, secretariat, consultative group, and the different federations of bishops have a presence in this, along with the dicastery, and we're trying to engage the other ecclesial networks across the globe to be part of this. We're really seeking a process of change, and we have taken this from FABC earlier documents of dialogue, discernment, and deeds, and we have added the desires, the hopes, particularly of the youth. Our first steps in this are very little steps of drawing voices from the margins. Archbishop Peter Lloyd Chung, many others have contributed their voice from their lands and their ocean. A further step in this is working with communities to map out their resources and their relationships, their practices, which are extremely valuable in this culture-based solutions to many of the local ecological problems that we are facing, and the need to listen to them. So also with the youth, creating dialogue here with local government, trying to weave these stories together, a dialogue with nature, the youth reflections, and trying to connect with basic ecclesial communities that are often coming from Indigenous contexts, And we're also bringing this dialogue to the UN faith ecology engagement. So these are actual methods, approaches emerging in the Asian and Oceanian context. There are REPAM. Probably you are aware of REPAM from the Pan-Amazonic area. There's REBAC in Africa, particularly in the Congo. Rowan, which is Asia, Oceania, and REMAM. There is also the Grand Chaco and Guarani Aquifer territory, and also Elsia is emerging in Europe and one in North America. This is just something, total cut here. I have been working with people in Southeast Asia in terms of the COVID Commission, and we have put a report together that I think is in some of the Google files you have. But it comes up with some of the same needs of addressing the sustainability of food and the environment and livelihoods for people. So all of these are interweaving. So my final request with you is please connect with us. I will distribute information, further information next week. Please connect us with someone in your diocese or your office, and we will share the information. We're asking you to share with us connections you have with Indigenous communities and their stories and how we can work this together. All of this weaves together with the whole Laudato Si strategies and movements that are out there, but this is an effort really to draw in from the margins. So we hope that you will continue to support Rowan and that more of you will in this call for an integral ecology, for upholding, particularly within the efforts of the Church, the voices of the Indigenous. I thank you deeply for your patience.
Thank you, Father Pedro.